Go ahead, Kim.
Hello, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for another episode. Hi, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Red Door Conversations, Real Talk and Realty. I'm Marla Lewis, and I'd like to introduce you to my co-host, Kimberly Dixon Dudley. How are you today, my dear?
Hey, happy Friday.
All right. So, Lisa, how are you doing today?
I am wonderful, Marla.
Good. And Tana? Tana, what's going on?
You're on mute, Tana.
She's on mute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hey guys, happy
How are
Friday,
you, lovely
everyone.
lady? Good.
I'm doing wonderful.
All right. So, guys, you know that this is our last show for the season. And since the pandemic, this is our first time actually being together, but apart. And I'll explain to you what I mean by that in just a minute. So today, over the season, we've had some great shows. We've had some thought-provoking shows. We've had, all different types of things that affect your everyday lives, including real estate. But today we have a very fun show. And to help us to have that fun show, we are in Lago Mar. If you don't know where it is, if you haven't heard of it, stay tuned because you need to know about this. We have with us Matt Bolland of Highland Homes. Hey, Matt, how are you?
Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
Really, really good. Glad to be here. Matt has allowed us to come to his model home, guys. And so what I meant earlier when I said we're together but apart, we're still practicing social distancing. And so we're all here, but we're in separate rooms. But that's a good thing for you guys because you'll get to take a sneak peek of the model home today. So before we get started, let's get right into our red hot topic. It's a topic that is near and dear to so many, I was going to say so many women, but just so many people in general, near and dear to our hearts. And so we can't let the day go without addressing the passing of Miss Ruth Badger Ginsburg. So, ladies, that's one of those things that you'll always remember where you were when you heard the news. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. When it happened, and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, if she could have just held on for 46 more days, that is all that we needed for her to hold on to 46 more days. I mean, she is just a person, like you say, Marla, it's kind of like a 9/11 moment. You'll never forget where you were when it happened. She touched so many lives. And for me personally, she gave me, as a woman, she was one of those women that gave me the empowerment and the push that I needed to go and do all that I can do, be all that I can be, don't have any fears, reservations, or apologies about becoming the person that we should be. She was very empowering to women. And so for that, I appreciate her, I thank her, and I honor her life.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. And to come up in the time that she came up, I mean, think about it. I've heard stories of, other real estate agents and brokers that have said to me, do you know, a long time ago, way back when, if a woman wanted to buy a house, She needed to bring her dad, her brother,
She
her,
needed to bring a man.
she wasn't
A
married.
man.
She need, right. It needed to
I'm
be a
just
man
going,
that
really?
was going to be on the deed as well, because women were not allowed to purchase property by themselves. This
Mhm.
is what I'm talking about.
Yes. So
You know, her
for
life
that,
is so
I'm grateful.
weird. And y'all, we are
Yeah,
gonna
she
miss
definitely
her.
paves the way for many, and not just for our generation, but also for the younger generation.
Right,
They too
right.
looked up to her.
That's
What
what I
was
was
you
gonna
gonna
say.
say,
I
Kim?
think what we have to do is really what the moment meant to me was that it made me realize that democracies are really fluid. Nothing is a constant. Nothing is 100% certain. And these democracies and civil liberties and women's rights and all the things that we enjoy exist because someone gave their life and their life work to make it so. And so, again, to Lisa's point, I'm going to always remember that, but it's the seed that she planted in us through her life's work that lives on. And we have a video to share with our audience if I can get that to play, because I think it's great for us to share what she meant to us, but we need to really, really remember and honor her legacy and her life's work by just kind of sharing what she meant to the United States Supreme Court as a woman, as only the second woman nominated to the highest court in the land. I'm going to share a video. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Law school class of 1956 had 500 students. Only 9 of them were women, and only one of them was Ruth Bader Ginsburg. One evening, law school dean Erwin Griswold hosted a dinner for the women. At the end of the meal, he asked them all to justify how they had taken a spot away from a man. Ginsburg answered that her husband was a law student and that a wife should understand her husband's work. 37 years later, she would become the second woman appointed to the United States Supreme Court. Joan Ruth Bader was born in 1933 to a working-class Jewish family, raised in the Flatbush neighborhood of Brooklyn. There were so many Joans in her kindergarten class that her mother suggested she go by her middle name. Some of Ruth's earliest memories were of going to the public library with her mother and sitting on her lap while she read to her. By the way, children read to by their parents early on display greater language comprehension than their peers by as early as age 2, and they might just become a Supreme Court justice. As a teenager, Ginsburg edited her high school newspaper and twirled batons for the school's pep club. She then went on to major in government at Cornell University, where she met and later married Martin David Ginsburg. She gave birth to a daughter, went on to attend Harvard Law School, transferred to Columbia Law, and graduated at the top of her class. But according to Ginsburg, not a single law firm in the entire city of New York was willing to hire her. In the early 1960s, law firms only hired women as secretaries. But after some advocacy from one of her law professors, Ginsburg was hired to clerk for Judge Edmund L. Palmieri. She then joined the Columbia Project on International Civil Procedure and went on to teach at Rutgers and Columbia, where she became the first tenured female faculty member in the school's history. She became heavily involved in women's rights, directing the women's rights projects of the American Civil Liberties Union during the 1970s and arguing several landmark gender discrimination cases in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. On June 14th, 1993, RBG was nominated by President Clinton to be an Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court and was confirmed less than 2 months later. As a Supreme Court justice, RBG has garnered a reputation for pointed, powerful, and sometimes scathing dissents. And in her opinion, she has been a staunch supporter of women's rights and has opposed discrimination in all its forms, making her an inspiration to girls around the globe.
So just a quick snippet of her life's work. I mean, obviously we couldn't include everything she's accomplished and argued on behalf of women's rights, civil rights, but a rest well earned. And we say rest in peace to the notorious RBG.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's get into our topics for today. And as I said earlier, we are in Lagomar, and we have Matt Bolland here of Highland Homes. Matt, you're going to tell us all about Lagomar. It's so beautiful here.
Yeah, it is. So this community opened about 3 years ago. And during that time, construction on the longest lagoon in the U.S. Had taken place, for those that don't know. So the lagoon, which is at the entrance of the community, it spans just over a quarter mile long, which I said makes it the longest in the U.S. It's about 12 acres total. It's broken up into two parts. There's a public access side where they sell day passes to that, and then there's a resident-only side. And so Highland Homes decided to build in the neighborhood about 6 to 8 months ago. So we've been selling homes in here for the past couple months, and it's been wildly successful, and we're excited to be back in Galveston County.
So me just growing up in the inner city of Houston area, this area was considered far out. And now, I mean, there's so much building going on. There's so much. So what people live here? What do they do?
That's a really great question, Marla, because when we came into the community, we kind of had the same type of questions. We were trying to figure out, where were all the residents coming from? And, just to kind of give you an overview, RCL just named Lagomar the 45th hottest selling community in the U.S. So, we're probably going to end up selling about a little bit over 400 homes here this year. So our first couple of months in the community, we're trying to figure out the same thing. Where were the residents coming from? And I'd say it's been about 50-50. 50% are coming from the Clear Lake, the League City, the Webster area. And then we're getting about 50% moving from the island, Galveston Island. We're getting a lot of UTMB employees. A lot of people don't know, but UTMB employs 8,000 people on the island. And some of them do want to live on the island. Some of them want to come up and live in the League City, the Texas City, the Dickinson area. And so of those that we've seen from the Clear Lake League City area, what they're starting to experience is, the League City area is really getting full. Just in the past couple of years alone, there's been about 6 or 7 communities that have come to completion in the League City area. And the natural progression is, down this way, just 2 exits down from League City is where you're going to find, the next great master plan community.
Now, Matt, you mentioned that a lot of people that work at UTMB choose this community. Do you also have a lot of people from NASA?
We do. We've had a couple from the NASA area. And again, a lot of it comes down to the NASA employees and their subsidiaries around that area. A lot of the communities that surround NASA were built in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. And so a lot of those homes, even though those communities have a lot of charm, a lot of them are getting older. And for those people who are looking for newer construction, we're only about 18 minutes away from, where NASA is. So yeah, certainly it's, NASA has been a big draw.
What is the
in the community, your price point?
So the overall community, kind of what I say is this community really has something for everyone. And that really is true. There are builders that start in the 200,000s and there are some that go up over 500,000. For Highland, our sweet spot, we call it affordable luxury. So we start at 280, we go up to about 380 to 390. We build 1,600 to about 2,700 square feet. We can do 2, 2.5, 3-car garages. And so that's kind of, the sweet spot for us. A lot of people don't know, but Highland Homes is actually building in the gated section that's right next to the lagoon. And so with us being walking distance to the lagoon and the amenity village, that's just been a huge draw for us.
Now you're with Highland Homes, but there are a total of 14 builders in this community. Is that correct?
We're the best.
Wow.
I don't know what to say. Yeah, there are 14 builders. There really is something.
And that's why there's something for everyone because of that price range, because of all the different builders that you have.
Yeah, what we take pride in Jana, what we take pride in is, we want our customers to be able to move into their home and not have to worry about the quality of construction, the included features. And so that's what Highland is known for. Highland kind of has a reputation of high quality, good materials, craftsmanship, things like that. But when we came into the community, we knew we wanted to do a lot of included features in the home. And so, we hope that people feel that when they walk through our homes.
Well, can you tell us some of the features that you guys offer that's standard?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're building from the ground up, we do 8-foot front and back doors. We do full sod, full irrigation system as well. We do a PEX plumbing system. We're actually one of the few builders that does a tankless water heater standard. But really what we're known for is the technology that we put into our homes. So we do a keyless entry that comes standard. We integrate a Skybell into every home that we build. That's standard. We do a LiftMaster garage door opener. We help the customers hook that up as an app on their phone. And really one of the coolest features that we do that has a lot of people talking is we actually do built-in Wi-Fi extenders into every home that we build. So with everyone here being in the model home, you're probably experiencing, pretty solid Wi-Fi coverage, whether you're upstairs or downstairs. And so what we do is we actually, we place your modem in the front of the home, and then we hardwire what's called an eero throughout the home. So, if you've ever run into the issue where, you put the router downstairs and, mom and dad have good Wi-Fi coverage, but the kids upstairs are trying to stream something in the game room and they're having issues, you're not going to have that problem in a Highland home. So, really the technology that we put into our homes is unmatched with any other builder in the area.
That's awesome.
Now, Matt, you mentioned a Skybell. Could you tell us what that is? Our viewers, a lot of people don't even know what that is.
Yeah, so a Skybell is really, it's a video doorbell recording system. And so what we do is we help you hook up the app on your phone. And when you move into your home, anytime someone rings the doorbell or there's any motion in front of your home, it actually does a live recording. And so it's just a way for, if you're away from home and you need to, see who's at your front door, or there's a commotion outside your home, you're able to kind of check in and see it that way. It's kind of like the Ring. The reason that we went with a Skybell over Ring, it has just a little bit quicker reaction time. And with Skybell, you don't have to worry about them selling your information to any third-party vendors like you do with Ring.
That's
a good point. Yeah.
And that's a standard feature.
It is standard in every home that we build.
Wow, that's really great. Now, how long for the development of completion in the community?
That's a great question. It really depends on the market is the short answer. There's going to be about 4,000 homes here built total. Right now, I believe there's about 600 or 700. It's kind of hard to keep a running total. But if things keep progressing the way that they're doing, probably another 7, 8, 9 years of being in the community. There's no doubt if you're looking in Galveston County or, the Clear Lake area, this is the next community. This is the community that's going to, carry us through the next decade.
And I was going to mention too, Matt, being located where it is, right off of 45, it's a straight shot even into downtown Houston if you wanted to. I mean, it's right off the highway. So I was thinking it's a straight shot, that Galveston area or that Houston area.
And a lot of people who don't know, if you've driven on 45 South, you'll pass the Tanger Outlet Mall. We're located right next to the Tanger Outlet Mall. And what the developer is working on right now is a connecting road that connects the back of Lagomar to the Tanger Outlet Mall, also to the Buc-ee's, and then comes up towards Bolland. So there's definitely going to be a lot of convenient amenities close by.
You guys,
Okay.
amenities. Speaking of amenities, I wore my visor today because I heard y'all had this crystal clear lagoon.
Yeah.
Close to Galveston, and this is about living in a destination type of community. What other amenities, or can you tell us a little bit about the lagoon and then any other amenities that the community offers?
Yeah, community pool. First of all, it's an on-site resort. So that means a couple of things. They have cabanas, they have umbrellas. The developer is really doing a good job of keeping a unified look throughout the entire lagoon. The goal of the lagoon is to be completely surrounded by a boardwalk with shops, restaurants, things of that nature on the east side, closer to 45. Then on the west side of the lagoon is the resident only portion. So the resident only portion is overseen by an 11,000 foot clubhouse. And basically what's going to go in that clubhouse is a fitness center, kind of like a community clubhouse area. And then they're working on opening a high-end snack bar in there as well. So that's going to be accessible by residents in the community. Just below that is going to be an infinity style pool. And then over the infinity style pool is where you look out and you see the 12-acre lagoon. And the lagoon is broken up into a couple of different parts. As I mentioned, there is a designated swimming area right off of the white sand beach area. There's an area where they rent out kayaks, paddle boards, paddle boats, things of that nature. So it's a really outdoorsy community. There's a lot to do.
And then you guys have it too, where you can have events at the lagoon, such as weddings and just just about any event that someone wants to have.
Yeah, it's the developer, I think, is putting some final touches on that. The clubhouse itself is not complete, so the details of that haven't been released yet. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if they had something like that in the future.
Matt, there's a video that we would like to show our viewers, just to give them a visual of that lagoon. Do you mind if we play that?
Let's do it.
Got it. Okay. Pulling it up. Okay. Can you say that you truly, truly are living, working, and playing in your backyard?
Absolutely.
They're going to
Living
give
the-
Galveston Beach a run, some competition here. People are going to be heading over to the lagoon instead of going to Galveston.
Absolutely. That's the goal.
That's a possibility. I mean, the sign says living the lagoon life. So it's
There you
truly
go.
living the lagoon life. Now, Matt, I have some more specific questions in regards to Highland homes.
Mhm.
Now, you mentioned building.
Mhm.
About how long does it take to build if a person wanted to do so?
So our average build time is about 5 months. There are some factors that are out of Highland's control, weather, permitting, things of that nature. But on average, we've been at about 5 months from contract to close.
Okay. And also, I have to bring it up, Matt. I mean, think about it. We're in different rooms at the same model home. So I have to bring up the pandemic.
Mhm.
How have your business changed a little bit with the pandemic? How are you still able to service people that are interested in coming out to take a look?
Yeah, that's a great question, Marla. I think when the pandemic first hit, we didn't really know what to expect. We didn't know how long it was going to last. We didn't know what precautions we were going to end up taking. We had to shift. We had to shift the way that we thought and the way that we did business. A lot like the realtor community, we had to pivot, and we had to pivot quick. The best thing that Highland has going for it, quite honestly, is we have, out of every builder, we have the best website. And we had the best website of any builder before the pandemic, but it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. A couple of features that our team came up with, our internet team put together an inspiration gallery where you can go onto our website, type in what floor plan you're looking at with Highland Homes, and hundreds of pictures of that floor plan are going to come up of people who built that, of model homes that we've built. And so that little feature has caused customers who are coming into our model to know exactly what they're looking for. And so it's kind of, in a way, sped up the process of people looking at homes. People walking through the front door, I would say overall, our traffic that comes through the door has been less, but the quality of people who are walking through, what we try to aim for is about 10% of people who come through actually end up purchasing a home. It's much higher than that right now, because the people we are getting who are coming through the door, who are making appointments, are much more serious.
Now, can you share that website with our viewers?
Yeah, it's highlandhomes.com. And you'll go about halfway down the website, and it's called an inspiration gallery, and you can click on it. And if there's a particular floor plan you're looking at with Highland Homes, you just type that in, and it will bring up photos of where we've built that around the state of Texas.
Okay, Matt, one last question. Me and my family, we are coming to Lago Mar to purchase a home. I have two questions for you. Why should we choose Lago Mar, and why should we choose Highland Homes?
Great question, Lisa.
Yeah, very, very good question. Lago Mar, we're so excited about the future of Lago Mar. Just seeing what this community has become in the past 2 to 3 years and what it's going to become. Trust me when I say that Galveston County, even the Clear Lake area, has not seen anything like this at all. If you have the type of family that loves being outdoors, this really is the community that you want to think about. It's not just the lagoon. It's not there's going to be 2 fitness centers. There's soccer fields. There's, not just that. The developer has actually started construction on a trail that goes around the 40-acre lake that cuts through the middle of the community. But they've thought of everything. It's not just a walking trail. It's going to be 8 feet wide. And the developer's thinking in that is, this is going to be a huge golf cart community. We're already seeing, probably half of the residents own golf carts. And so the trails that go around the lake are going to accommodate, the golf carts. With regards to Highland Homes, You know, if you're putting, if you put quality and craftsmanship at the top of your list of what you're looking for, I would say put us on your list of builders to look at. And the other thing is, this is true if you're looking at a Highland home, if you're looking at any other builder, don't just come in and look at the model home. Set about an hour to 2 hours aside for every single builder that you're looking for, because I don't want to just show you the model home. I want to show you a home that's being framed. I want to show you a home that's at foundation. I want to show you a home that's about a month away from completion, because I want to show you what's behind the walls. And I want to show you the quality that's going behind the walls. I want to show you the way we do an in-frame pest control system. I want to show you the finger joist framing system that we use. I want to show you the PSI of the foundation that we use. We're one of the few builders that uses fill-in dirt before we pour the foundation of your home. So on average, a Highland home is going to sit up about 3 to 4 to 5 inches higher than the other builders. And so walking through a model home is great, but nothing replaces getting out into the field and walking these homes under construction, because that's where the truth lies.
So tell our viewers why it's important that your home sits up high. What is with that? What is the benefit to that?
Well, it not only helps with drainage, which is probably, you know, the number one issue, but, you know, ask people who were, you know, devastated in Harvey, you know, and not everyone took on 3 or 4 feet of water. Some people took on 1 inch or 2 inches of water. So sometimes that little bit can make all the difference.
Absolutely. Any last comments, Kim?
No. I think I'm going to pack myself up. I think I'm going to pack up from the north side and go and head on over. It's time to move.
That's my last question. Can we get a go-kart to the lagoon?
Okay, can we get a go-kart?
Well, Matt, thank you so very much. We appreciate you allowing us to come into your model. But before we go, we've told our audience we're in different rooms, but we're in the model. I'd like to be able to show you guys this beautiful room that I'm in. I'm in a secondary bedroom, but it's really large, guys. I mean, you've got a lot of space. I don't know how much you can see, and it's decorated so beautifully. But it's got a lot of space here, and the closets have a lot of space for secondary bedrooms. I love that about Highland. The closets are pretty spacious. So, Kim, where are you?
I'm sorry, I'm in the master bedroom, and I'm gonna try to get up and show this lovely, it's a bay window here that really opens up. I don't know if you can, opens up the room. Uh-oh.
We can see you.
Okay. And then the master ensuite here. Lisa, I mean, Marla, you mentioned the closet. This walk-in closet is amazing. I mean, it is really tons of space, a wonderful detail. It's worth a visit if you can get out, but this is a beautiful, beautiful model.
I'm in the kitchen / living room area. So this is actually the family room. Right here, you have those wrought iron spindles going upstairs. You can see them. Oh,
we see you, Lisa.
Over a little bit. Okay,
got it. Okay, I'm going to turn around. There you go. So we see the wrought iron spindles, and we see can you see that? That view work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's very open. I mean, it's great for the entertainer. It is absolutely beautiful.
And over here on Tana's side, I am sitting, I'm only kidding. I'm not there, guys. I'm sitting in my living room.
We miss you, Tana.
I know. Next time I will be able to take that. You know, that's like going to a whole nother state.
From
It's a drive.
The Woodlands.
Well, that's why you just pack up and move. Just pack up and move.
I know. I'm gonna have to go ahead and just make that move this time. it's definitely time.
Yeah.
Well, any more questions, guys?
We're good.
No? Are we? Well,
I do have
the ladies and I want to thank you so much for joining us on our last show of the season. We truly appreciate you guys for riding with us, and we wish everyone just love, peace, and blessings, and stay safe. If you have any more questions, make sure that you visit us on one of our social media pages at Red Door Conversations on Facebook, Instagram, no Twitter, YouTube, and also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And if you want to learn more about the Lagoon Life, you can go ahead and log onto the website at logomyintexascity.com. Thank you so much, guys. Have a beautiful weekend.
See you guys in 2021.
2021.
Definitely, yes.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
How do they reach you, Matt?